What's going on, nerds? Welcome back. My name is Sned. So over on my Twitch channel, link in the description, we started a raid. I was kind of scared, but our magic missile is basically a machine gun. After finally tracking down the last guy, we managed to beat it. We went home with all of our totems and crafted up the Thread of Undying. We're also carrying an extra totem in our charm slot. I feel pretty safe now, I must say. Anyways, let's jump right into this. Leave a like if you liked it, subscribe if you didn't, and please enjoy the episode. Welcome back, everybody. So, as we know in the intro, I have officially defeated a raid, and we got the Undying 3 thread on our, what do you call it? And oh man, it feels great. I have not tested it yet, I have no plans of ever testing it, but it's nice to know that it's there if we need it. We also, as you could see on my chest there, have a Totem of Undying in our charm slot, which is pretty nice, so we have two just in case. Also, you'll notice these fancy little guys right here. We have bunny slippers, the bunny hoppers. Oh man, I can't believe it. It feels good. I'm so excited that we found these. Oh boy, 0 fall damage. It's great. I haven't tested those yet either, other than like here. But like, just in case it decides not to work for whatever reason, you know, I haven't tested it. Also, this is a little storage shed. I'm pretty happy with how this turned out. You know, it's got plenty of storage. We cleaned up all the crap inside of our house. But from the outside, it looks, you know, like a little bungalow. I don't know, a little beach bungalow. And this amazing tower behind me, this is what a stack and a half of diamond ore looks like. Oh man, let's see how many diamonds we get out of this bad boy. You know, my mana is kind of regenning pretty slow. Let's go fix that. So if you don't know, with the enchanting apparatus, you could actually craft your own enchantments. So like Aqua Affinity is 4 raw fish, 2 blocks of source gems, and 2 lapis lazuli blocks. We don't really need any of these, honestly. Maybe like Depth Strider, maybe. But like, I can't see us needing any of these, right? Because our threads and our spellbook do all of that for us. There are, however, 2 enchants here that I would really like to get. One of them is Mana Boost 3, 2 diamonds, 4 source gem blocks, a source berry, and a block of lapis. That's stupid cheap. We make this 4 times, put it on all 4 sets, or all 4 pieces of armor, and this should boost our mana a decent amount. The other one is Mana Regen, and Mana Regen 3 is 3 of these Abjuration Essence, which are pretty easy to make, 2 source blocks, a block of lapis, and 2 source berries. So I'm going to gather all of these together and see what we can and can't put on what and where. I just did a little bit of extra reading. So to get Mana Regen 3, it actually has to have the previous level first. So to get Mana Regen 2, we need Mana Regen 1. So I kind of messed that up. Just, if you do this, keep that in mind. So Mana Regen 1 is... Okay, so it's going to be a little bit more expensive than what I thought, but it shouldn't be too bad still. And then we need source around it, or mana. I thought this was going to be expensive, so I brought 8 of them, 800% here. We'll see how much just one of these costs, though. And then what, do I put a book on the inside? It doesn't really tell me, so I'm going to try a book. Yeah, that seems to have done it. A book on the inside. And how much mana did that take? 20%? Oh, that's not bad at all. Okay. So now, we just have to do that a couple more times. Okay, so I got one of each for now. Mana Boost 3 and Mana Regen. Let's see how this does. We'll throw it on the chest piece. Mana Boost 3 and Mana Regen 3. I didn't really notice a difference, but let's test this out quick. Oh yeah, that definitely seems like it's going a lot faster. The regen? Yeah, I would say we're doing alright on diamonds for a while. Man, we almost have 9 stacks of diamonds. Okay, I'm gonna finish crafting these enchants and then I'll be right back. So that actually took quite a lot of time and quite a lot of resources, but we finally managed to do it. All of our armor has mana boost and mana regen 3. That should be pretty good. That should, I'm thinking, kick butt for quite a while. I don't think we'll need anything extra, and the only other time that I'm gonna make those is if I ever feel like putting them on the diamond armor. The, what are these called? The Battle Mage's robes. We'll see, though, because, like, Prot 4, even just iron, is really good, you know? So, I don't know. But, anyways, let's test out that spell now. What were we able to do 3 times? 1, 2, 3, 4? Oh, almost 4. But it seems like we're boosting up pretty quick. Oh yeah, that was fast. Okay, I'm okay with this. Okay, now we are gonna get into what this episode is actually gonna be about. So, there's a few items that we'll need. Starting with some saplings of any kind, some golden nuggets of the golden kind, and these Wilden horns. I'm just gonna take 1. So now all we have to do is find a Starbuncle, a Drigme, I think I'm saying that right. I see one up here on the map, actually. And a Whirlsprig. These guys can be found out in the wild, and the way to, I don't know, quote-unquote, tame them is by giving them various items or doing various tasks near them. So this guy, the Drigme, he gets tamed by throwing a Wilden horn next to him, and then he'll poof away and turn into Drigme shards. There's a couple of Whirlsprigs over here. They can be tamed by growing a tree near them. Oh, sweet. That actually got both. Nice. And then finally, the Starbuncle could be tamed by dropping a gold nugget next to him. No, come back, little buddy. There's one other type of shard, and I'm not sure if I'll be able to show you how to get it. Actually, yeah, I will. Last night on stream, I got a couple, so I'll put a little video up of that. I'll cut over this, I guess. You'll be able to see what I'm talking about. Also, while I'm thinking about it, let me show you this new spell that I concocted, I guess? I don't know. Self, Leap, Amplify, Amplify, Amplify. This spell literally lets me fly through the air. And, like, look at my mana, especially now since I added those enchants. Like, I could just continuously do this and just keep flying around. And honestly, even once I do make it to the end, assuming I make it that far, I don't know as if I'll stop using this spell because, like, it's so good and so much more maneuverable than an Elytra. Whoops. Especially, too, with the bunny hoppers. I could just indefinitely leap into the air if I really wanted, and, like, I just won't take fall damage. I'm still terrified to try it, because what if I do? That's why I still have the Belt of Levitation on. But, you know. Okay, coming to the book, we have the Automation tab, this guy right here, and it talks about all of the different charms. And the way to get these charms is by, you guessed it, using these shards. So, I'm going to go ahead and craft up as many as I can. Maybe not as many as I can, but I'm going to craft up a couple of these charms, and we're going to play around with some of these guys. Oh man, you don't want to know how long that took me. But here we go. Okay, so we're gonna look into some of these charms, and I'm thinking we're gonna maybe look into the Starbuncle charm first, and I'll explain why. So, to start off, if we want to use this Starbuncle charm, all we have to do is just use it on the ground. You could see if I hover over him, he says storing items at 0 locations, taking items from 0 locations. Well, let's say that we want him to take all of these items from here and put them into these chests here. But we want him to sort them. For example, we have tomatoes, lettuce, wheat, and onions. Tomatoes, lettuce, wheat, and onions. So the way to do that is to use an item frame. You could also use a spell scroll allow, I think. But for sorting singular items, a picture frame will do just fine. So now all we have to do is tell him where we want everything. And it doesn't really matter, I don't think. So we're just going to put one of these in each. So we're going to shift right click with the Dominion wand on the chest where we want him to take from. And then we're going to right click on him. And now you can see it says taking items from one location. So now all we have to do is right click on him and shift right click on the chest we want him to store the stuff. And you can see here he comes. So now if we could get an eye on him, it should say, yep, storing items at 4 locations. I'm also crafting up these tinted glasses because this will stop him from picking anything up on the ground, because he will do that. Yeah, he looks pretty sweet like that. Look at him. Look at him. Oh, yeah, little buddy. Also, using a feather and the mage bloom fiber, we can make this bed for him. And he could be set to this bed. So that way, if he's done with all of his tasks, he'll just come lay down. Let's put it right there in the corner. So we could right-click him and then right-click on the bed. And there you see it in the bottom left, set bed. Okay, we're going to let him do his thing for a while and we'll come back to him. Alright, the next guy we're going to look at is the Drigme. And this guy's home is 10 by 10 by 10. So wherever I place down this mossy cobblestone, it's 10 blocks in each direction. And he'll bring me resources from whatever he finds. So for example, if we put his home right here, it should reach the chickens and the cows. And then we use the charm on the mossy cobblestone. And it does this magical transformation into a henge. And then from here, we can add a chest next to it. And he requires source, which is why I kind of put him over here. But he requires source to work, and the more of them we have, and the more animals we have, the happier he'll be and the more he'll produce. So he should, I think, start putting stuff in there. We'll let him do his thing for now, and we'll come check up on his progress in a little bit. Okay, next up is the Wixie. And the Wixie can auto-craft items, and she'll pull items from nearby chests and storage. So, for example, we want her to craft wheat dough. One of the crafting recipes for wheat dough is wheat, go figure, and eggs. And eggs, I have found, are so much easier than water buckets because I could do them 16 at a time instead of freaking 1 at a time. But if we use this wheat dough on her little cauldron here, she will go through, pull the eggs, and then she'll come back over, and she should pull the wheat. And there we go. She made us wheat dough. Now, I'm thinking I want another chest nearby for the wheat dough, because she doesn't actually put it into a chest, which is kind of upsetting. At least she doesn't put it into a chest that I've seen. So let's go ahead and get another double chest and another sign, another item frame, and we'll have our Starbuncle pal help us out here. So again, we're gonna filter it to wheat dough, and if we take his shades off of him, we unfortunately have to reset him, but that's okay, because he emptied out the chest anyways, like the awesome little man that he is. So now, I'm thinking we might have to actually move his bed as well. Okay, we moved his bed, and we're going to have him put stuff into that chest, and then these chests. So let's watch everything work quick. The Wixie made the wheat dough. The Starbuncle should come over and pick it up as soon as he stops dancing on his bed. Maybe he can't see that. I haven't worked out all the kinks just yet, but we're getting there. Alright, it's been a couple of minutes. Let's check up on this guy. Oh, that's not bad. Where you at, buddy? You're just kind of dancing there, too. I kind of have everything condensed over here. I'm pretty sure these cows are close enough for him to reach. Yeah, almost halfway through. But either way, we have some chicken, some feathers, and some experience gems. Now, they could drop these small experience gems or greater experience gems. Let's see how much they give you. I think you could crouch right-click to use all of them, or just right-click to use one. Yeah, okay, that actually wasn't bad. I'm actually gonna reset the Starbuncle. I don't want him to recognize that bed. If he just stays over here, he's probably fine. But he just keeps dancing on it, and I don't feel like losing any wheat. Now, the Wixie and the Drigme do require source. The Starbuncle does not. But these guys are probably pulling source from one of these nearby jars. I don't know how full those were earlier. But the, actually, she's probably pulling source from there. The cost, I did the numbers earlier in a test world. It's not a lot. And I'm pretty sure we could generate more than what they're taking. But the Starbuncle, he doesn't require any source, which is really nice. So, where does that leave us? Well, if we want to continue to generate source, so that way we can keep these guys going, we're going to use this item right here, this timer spell turret. So you could left click it to turn down the time, or right click it to turn up the time, and then holding shift and clicking either way increases by 10. You have to do it without your shield though, because it kinda, I don't know, it's weird. It doesn't work with your shield though. These spell turrets are super nice though, because you could give them a spell parchment, and they'll cast that spell just indefinitely. So I'm gonna set this to maybe a 5-minute timer. I didn't see what the max on it was. I got it up to like 720 seconds earlier, but I'm thinking maybe a 5-minute timer should be good. And the spell that I have it casting is Projectile Harvest AoE times 8. So that should, in theory, every 5 minutes, completely harvest this whole thing. And I don't know how close the Starbuncle has to be to it. Hopefully he could reach all the way over here, but I really doubt it, unfortunately. So I might do like a little hopper minecart thing to pick everything up and deposit it into a chest, and then just have him come and take from the chest and sort back over there. Oh, there we go. We got a greater experience gem. Let's see how much this gives us while we wait for this to harvest. Okay. I mean, I have no idea how much XP that was. And honestly, as of right now, I have so many burgers and just various of these crops that even if I lose some, this going off every 5 minutes will still generate source, because we have the source link in the center, the agronomic source link. So, I mean, that's where the real win is, I think. So my plan for the future is to have a massive 20 by 20, or I guess it'd be, what, 21 by 21? Yeah, farm, and just have, you know, like cows, sheep, chicken, pigs, everything. And then at the very center have a Drigme henge, and have like 20 of these guys just going off, and everything will go into the chest right next to it. And then the Starbuncles are going to come through, grab everything out of the chest, and then run away and sort it into X, Y, or Z location. That's the ultimate goal. Oh, there we go. Alright, so we know it works. I put it back to 5 minutes. Maybe I'll have to lower it to 3 or something. I don't know. We're gonna watch the Starbuncle and see how much of this he could collect. Oh, I just realized he has nowhere to put the seeds. So I'm gonna tell him... Where you at, buddy? So if we put him on an empty chest, he should put everything else that isn't a wheat, carrot, potato, or what are these? The onions, wheat, cabbage, and tomatoes. He should put everything else in there. It looks like he is coming all the way out here as well. So that's pretty good. Oh boy. So, as of now, we are currently automatically generating source through that spell turret. We're automatically generating beef, leather, chicken, and feathers from this guy right here, we're automatically sorting all of this, except for this, obviously, from the Starbuncle, and we're automatically crafting wheat dough from the Wixie. And she's moving along pretty nicely. Actually, it looks like, with the exception of a few things on this far edge, it looks like the Starbuncle got everything. That's not too bad. Alright, now this last guy that we have to work on is the Whirlsprig. And this guy is very, very, very picky about his habitat. So, to summon him, we need to use the charm on a flower, and his home is 10 blocks in every direction. So I don't think it matters which flower you use it on. I haven't tried the double wides yet, though, so maybe not those. But either way, flowers are, a dime a dozen. So if we craft up a chest, this dude should start harvesting things in the area and putting them all into this chest. So, for example, he should harvest magic logs and saplings, probably, unfortunately, wheat seeds. He'll harvest daisies and dandelions. He should reach these rose bushes, and maybe even the goldenrod. So the book says to get more production out of him, he's got to be happier, and to make him happier, you need more diversity inside your Whirlsprig home. And then if you hover over him, you could see his mood. Come here, buddy. So mood is currently content. Honestly, I'm okay with that. I really don't care. The most that I could get them to is very happy. I don't know if there's more than that. Actually, too, you could pick up an item and right-click him, and it says down in the bottom here, the Whirlsprig would be excited to have this in their home. And I guess sometimes it could even take a while to update their mood, which is kind of a pain, but whatever. We'll come back and revisit this guy, kind of because I want to see if he'll work while we're over there, and kind of because I have plans for him, but not this right now. I want to put him in a giant field of wheat and vegetables and whatnot, and have him just go to town, and then have the Starbuncles sorting it all. It's on the to-do list. Oh boy. But can you guys see the possibilities with stuff like this? Okay, there is one last thing that I want to do, and it's gonna involve some weird things, but we're gonna start a ritual, and I don't know exactly how to do this, but I'm pretty sure the book can walk us through. So we need some flourishing archwood, boom boom, and then some source gems. And this should be a shapeless crafting. It is. So we need this guy right here, the Tablet of Awakening. And this last thing is going to require us going down into the mines. More specifically, we're going back towards our little amethyst farm here, which I've not been to in quite some time. So the book says for this to work, for us to get this charm, we have to complete this ritual near budding amethyst. So I would say that's pretty near. And I think, do I just use this? Whoa, look at the fire. That's so cool. Awaiting activation. Just right click. Oh, this looks so cool. Look at it! We got a little amethyst golem. Okay, so now if we cast... Where's my combat book? If we cast Dispel on this guy, he should turn into a charm. Purple amethyst eater. I love the puns. Okay, so we're going to summon the amethyst golem, and we just right click to use it on a block. And we're going to bind him to this home. So we do that with the Dominion wand. And his home is now 10 blocks in every direction from this guy. So he could turn amethyst blocks into budding amethyst. So I guess I just want to set this up in such a way that, like, amethyst could grow on all sides of it, if that makes sense, you know, so 2 blocks apart. So you don't have to set his home as a chest, but if you don't, then whenever he breaks the amethyst, like the buds that grew, then he won't put them into the chest. According to the wiki anyways. Okay, good enough. So now, over time, he should, I believe, start turning all of this into budding amethyst. But anyways, guys, that's going to be all for me today. I hope you all enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next episode. Okay.